Welcome to the Day Trader and Swing Trader Setups watch list, where we look at stocks that broke out on our intraday alerts at the premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. Intraday alerts create great day trading opportunities as well as carry forward for future days tradings on these breakout stocks. What we do is we review the live alerts that came out intraday on our website for our premium alert subscription holders. We'll keep up with 475 stocks there, and for the breakouts and the breakdowns, they're time stamped with the price, time of the alert, and the time of the post. And also sometimes, like UPS shown here, actually has been on the bull zone for about $7 from several days ago, and this morning it gapped down, and so when it came through the current bull zone breakout, it gave another great alert for an intraday trade setup. So we're reviewing those alerts from our watch list of 475 stocks, as well as scanning for 5 through 5,000 stocks at the end of the day for other alerts similar that came out on different stocks off of our watch list. By subscribing to our service, you're available to see these alerts as they come out early in the mornings or throughout the day. That gives you time to come in and review, see which stocks you might be interested in setting up a swing trade on. We even have these on a weekly alert, and weeklies are really for the long-term swing traders, a better setup on a weekly alert. And for multi-day trade swing traders, these daily breakouts. You also have time to go select some options if you're an option trader before the close of business, since the video comes out after hours. Now we're going to take a quick look at the watch list for the stocks that triggered today, then a quick 3-minute tutorial on support and resistance levels that are on our charts for the new viewers, and then we'll get right into the complete list, and we will go through chart by chart and give you a 10-second view of each chart so you can see what might or might not be at support and resistance levels on these alerts. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. Okay, let's take a look at what we got today. We only got one bear break stock on the weekly. The daily bear just has 3 stocks. Just letting you get the quick look at the list, and then we're going to get over, do the tutorial and get back on a normal format. We got more things showing up now. Here's your weekly bull breaks. A lot of those stocks that were trying to get going before are now recovering and getting back in the uptrends. Some of these has been accumulating. About half of them are already on here yesterday. And here's your daily bull breaks today. So we're going to review these charts. I'm not sure I gave you enough time to look at that weekly. I don't think I pulled it down where you could pause and get a look at the whole list. We'll do that real quick. Run through the 3-minute tutorial, and we'll get back to the charts. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Through time, I've got several comments and emails from viewers that don't subscribe to our services but do watch our videos and basically say, hey man, I'm getting some good trades off your videos. I wish there's a way I could contribute, and I don't want to sign up for a membership. So I finally went and made a donation button. You can find it 2 places. On any video, we're including it at the bottom. You just click the show more button, and shortly down there you'll see support our channel, a donation through PayPal. You can click right here, pay through or make a donation through PayPal. Any amount you want to put in there is acceptable and appreciated. And then on our website, you can go to daytradersetups.com, press the YouTube menu item. It'll take you to this page, and there's a donate button there as well. And we appreciate that, appreciate the suggestion, and thank you ahead of time for any donations sent. We appreciate it a lot. We'll get to weeklies first, and then we'll do the dailies toward the end. You only got 1 weekly bear break. GNRC just barely down here. This is where it crossed at. Tested it yesterday. Probably did it actually crossed yesterday. It did, because it's down to 83 cents today. It's 92 cents since it triggered, so it did actually cross here yesterday. You got a support area here. I think we talked about this yesterday, but I like the way this looks on the weekly chart for some more downside. I believe this stock was on here yesterday, gapped up this morning and came back down. Could be the first day on it. Anyway, closed up in the weekly bull zone. Got lots of room up here to run. There's your daily gap up and sell off. These are your current resistance levels. CARA, we looked at this yesterday. A little doji day today. Did hold the 200-day, did close above the support resistance. It's on the weekly. Looked at this stock yesterday as well. First day out today. This thing I think might have had earnings. Yeah, it did. Up through the bull zone on the weekly, and this could do some pretty good a move here. Really nice day today. Most of it was in a gap up. Wasn't anything for day trading, but had a good day. Up through this support area right here is going to be your support for now. Data. This on the daily bull zone today. Been up there before in the past on that gap up. It's back to that level, and I believe they had earnings. Seemed like no, they didn't. I was thinking of DVA. Anyway, back up into the weekly bull zone. I think we looked at this yesterday. EA, this came out this morning pre-market that it was trying to come up here through the weekly bull zone, and it opened up a little bit lower and then worked its way on up there again. This was a nice day trading mechanism today. That's back on your daily. EW, back to your weekly bull. It already been in there before. Back here when it first broke out, came back, held support last week on the big week down. It's hit it back up. There's your daily, nice little gap up into the daily bull zone as well. General Dynamics, most of these are just bouncing off of these sell-offs from the market. And the market had a great day. We didn't talk about it earlier. Back up above the 50-day. That's a pretty big deal that we got above the 50-day. We'll look at it when I get through with these weeklies here. HCA just back where it was trying to do before as well on the weekly bull. It's been broke out for several. You see, we first put this in down way down here on the weekly bull break, revisited right here again on the new level. It had calculated up in here, broke out for 3 nice weeks and got caught up in this pullback. We had this on here yesterday. This was here yesterday. I believe this one was on here yesterday as well. It got just above this support resistance, gapped on up this morning. Again, this is the daily on this stock, back to the weekly, just barely getting into the weekly, but it's been bull zoning for a long time. This stock was here yesterday. We've had this for 2 or 3 days on the daily breakout from way back here 3 days ago. Actually had a red day. Netflix, a big week. Very big day today. And the week went back up here yesterday into this zone here. Netflix moved $20 in 2 days. PANW just barely getting up into this near the daily bull, and it's into just starting out the weekly bull here. RACE, I think this was on here yesterday, a little tiny day today. REN, I think it's the first time this has made it. Barely showing up on the bull zone on the weekly. It's got a little work to do to get on going. It has got back above the 50 week on that blue line. RNG continues to have a big week. Gapped up a couple of days ago and continues on up. That's when it came in our daily bull zone about 3 days ago. at this level right here, so it's moved $4 since we had that on here. SEDG gap up this morning, had earnings yesterday. Here's your weekly. Of course, it don't show your gap, but into the weekly bull zone. There's your daily where your gap was up above the support area, and had a nice day today. This GMOs was on here yesterday. The little doji day on the daily today. Oh, that was the daily. Excuse me. Get you back on the weekly for a second. There you go. There's your weekly. Shopify was on here yesterday. Continues on up today. We had it on the daily bull zone yesterday too. A lot of range in this stock today. I looked at it a couple times about trying to trade it. It was crazy, so I just left it alone. My trades today were pretty much Amgen again this morning. I had CI for a very big short, and we got involved in KLAC. A couple more I can't even think of. Oh, AbbVie did some crazy stuff. I didn't trade it, but a couple of guys did after he got that halt. Pick up a big short on it, I think. I don't like to mess with volatility. Trip gapped up this morning and sold down. I believe it was this. Yeah, it's a daily. It's still into the weekly bull though. Had a big day. Or was it earnings today? It wasn't earnings. It had a big day. Maybe it was up pre-market. I picked up on this pretty early and put it on a watch list. I did not trade it. Wayfair had a rest day. It was on here yesterday. WB actually had a down day after 2 big days. Still up on the weekly here, but had 2 big days up off of earnings and pulled back today. Workday just continues on up. Got in the bull zone yesterday. Had a big day today. There was plenty to choose from today. That's the intraday on Workday. Didn't trade that either. Had it on my list, but did not trade it today at all. Try to look for the calm stuff. That's a daily, 2 days in a row been up here and reached up to the weekly bull today. And Yandex I think showed up yesterday. It's the second day up here. You can take these trigger prices. This is our bull zone weekly trigger price. Net change for today. Net change since it triggered. So this triggered today. Again, this is the weekly P&L based on from the time it triggered at this price. So you can go down through there and see, like this stock's up 760 since it triggered. It's only up 360 today, so you know it triggered yesterday or the day before even. This stock had a down day. It's up 484 from the time we triggered it on the weekly bull. And this is just this week. This don't go back to other weeks where I show you where they may have triggered other weeks. It's just in reference to the last trigger price that's notated by the little green line. So I give you a chance to look at that, and I want you to understand how that works. And then we're going to get over here and we're going to take a look at the dailies. Mostly it's going to be daily bulls and not bears. And we'll get done. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter or StockTwits at Daytrader Setups. And our website is daytradersetups.com and swingtradersetups.com. Don't forget this video is being brought to you by our premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. They're real-time alerts. They're posted on our website, and we're looking at our bull zone weekly and daily breakouts and our bear zone weekly and daily breakouts that are in one category on the website. And there are other categories that are more aggressive for the more active trader as well. And by having a subscription to that service, you get all these alerts intraday as they happen, And one subscription gets you access to everything, as well as our chart system. If you would like to get it, I can set you up a couple of different ways to have the green and pink lines available for your charts as you review. Let's go forward. Daily bear break, got a gap down on this ALSN. Did recover pretty well off the 200 in these support areas. It needs to hold these levels up here, or it probably heads back down. It's already, again, the reason we show you these charts is so you realize the stocks. This is when it broke into bear zone, way back up here. We don't want you chasing, so this may be about done. APAM, kind of the same scenario, revisiting. This was a gap down off of earnings, and this has been in a downtrend for a while, even before the market sold off. And it's in a downtrend on the weekly as well, and losing that last weekly support today. Get on the daily bulls. Got a gap up, pull back, still above the bull zone area. Had earnings. Boeing, just a big day with the market. Broke up into the bull zone. Actually, the first time it's been in it in a long time from back here. So just getting started, probably on another leg up. It's got to get out through these highs. EVHC. First time in a long time. Just showing up here. Not a big mover. EW, we saw it on the weekly. It's going back up where it was earlier on this big gap up, starting to get momentum. I'll throw a sell gene in here real quick because it's not on this list, but I do want you to see it. Big gap up this morning on some kind of partnership thing. Gave a huge run. Great day trade. Opened up right above the pre-market lows and came back down and retested them around $95 and gave a little bounce and went back and retested again, and then just blasted off. Huge when it blasted off. It's right in here, and these were the pre-market lows. Were down in here. I think this might have been a pre-market open right around $95. I was watching this on a pre-market chart after the quick run up, pulled back, got up to here, and then jerked back down again real close to where it had been, and then it just never looked back. Really great couple dollar move there. And the main thing I want to show you here, this is major resistance. Went down below it, came above it, held it a day, lost it, and been fighting it ever since. Gapped above that level is $94.42, 55 cents, right in there. So it may go back and revisit that. It's important that it hold that, and this could be setting up for a pretty nice bounce. Even though it's not in a bull zone, we picked this up off our other proprietary indicators, as well as the news, of course, like everybody else did. We picked up our trades off the indicators. The Kellogg's here, trying to break out this long base in the weekly. Actually, it's not in a weekly bull zone. It wouldn't take it much to get there, but it is back in the daily bull zone, and it is the first time after all this basing here. First time actually got into the daily bull zone and broke out this most recent high. MasterCard just back up to where it was earlier, although here it'd been in the bull zone, of course, all up through here, as you can see from these indicators. This was just basing in sideways, so this is actually the first time it's revisiting and showing to be about to gain some momentum back to the upside. MD first week up here in any of all these weeks. Still got a little bit of work to do here. Of course, it's been higher before, and on a weekly chart you do have some resistance level up here that you're going to run into shortly. Probably all-time highs, it looks like, on a weekly over there, and it's trying to break these highs, get back in a little bull zone move. Don't know anything about that stock at all. Race back up here. I think we looked at this earlier. Red Hat has been on a tear for 4 or 5 days now. Just keeps making higher highs. Monster day today. Big day every day this week. And it's put itself back up into the bull zone territory right here this morning on the open. 135.03 was the trigger price, and if you were a member of our premium alerts, you'd have got this alert first thing this morning. Of course, you should have already been watching it anyway. We had this a few minutes ago on the weekly. Just getting back up. This is a newly created bull zone from the price action back in here. Just got back to it, and it hadn't been in a bull zone for a while, so maybe trying to get started on another leg up tomorrow. Probably needs confirmation. SPLK, 2 nice days up into the bull zone, picking up some momentum. These are not all-time highs. Here's your weekly, has been higher. SRCL, kind of back up where it was when it first touched the bull zone back here. It's back to that level again. Actually started picking up the momentum from our momentum indicator here yesterday and then into the bull zone this morning. SRE, long base down here for a while. This is weekly. It's been down here for quite a while, a couple of months. And we still got this overhead resistance. It's got the 50-day right here. It's got a short-term resistance here that it got to today, but it is trying to show some signs of picking up some momentum again. This will probably be an issue. You got the 50-day right here. Trip we looked at earlier. Not sure what it's going to do after this big gap up this morning. Here's your weekly chart. Just wanted you to see that where it's doing. Got resistance right here, obviously, is the next thing, but it tested that this morning and fell way back down to here. This is support. That high was 41.31 and this low was 41.45. So this went back to here. So see what it does tomorrow to see if it can continue back up again. Work day we looked at earlier on the weekly, and the index we also looked at. That's all the charts. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter. Come over to daytradersetups.com. Check out the premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com or our trade room. We didn't trade a lot today. Didn't need to. CI was a great big short. Amgen was a great big run up. We got a little KLAC. I mentioned AbbVie earlier. Some guys shorted it. I spotted it on the halt and didn't trade it. I don't like to trade volatility. There's a couple more in there for some small trades, not real big, but okay. I had shorted AGN middle of the day for a really nice sell-off. Come see us. Thanks for watching. I almost forgot the recaps. This is our bears today, yesterday, day before yesterday, day before that, and 5 days ago. You can see them all just by pausing the video here. Again, if you're not familiar with this, our little indicator we use to have our momentum to go with our bull breaks is the yellow. We're keeping the trend power. We're staying below the newly calculated bear zone as it keeps going down. We're staying in that zone, and this is our trend stability where we watch the highs of the day against our proprietary indicator to see that we're still maintaining our downward momentum as well. Over here 2 days ago, you got AAP still got the power, but it's lost everything. It's tried to come back up yesterday, didn't do anything today. These are the only two still in the bear zone. A lot of things are trying to bounce after this big sell-off. There's a couple here that's still pretty negative, and then you only pretty much don't have a whole lot left down here to be interested in. The daily bulls, we just went down those. That's your top list there. Give you a second to pause and take a look at that. Yesterday's, and then a weekly was what you've already been looking at on the weekly. Same list we were looking at earlier. If this is your first chance to look at this, what we do is we take the trigger price and we track the P&L for 5 days out from the trigger price. So the same trigger price follows it every day in the columns. So this was the trigger price yesterday in the bull zone, is up $1.28 today. A total profit from this level, 61 cents today. And at the high, the best profit level was $1.37. That way, if one starts to pull back, you can still see the maximum where it went. Like on this stock here, up 360 today, triggered in here yesterday, total of 546 from the trigger price. At the high, it was up 646. These are maintaining the bull zone. The bull zone level continues to calculate higher as the stock moves. And we stay in that bull zone, we feel like we can maintain our momentum. And then I give you what we just talked about on the yellow lines and maintaining the lows of the day. So the more color you have here, the stronger this trend still is. Now you need to look at charts, look at these pink lines and green lines, or have some of your own, and trend lines as well you need to draw when you run. All these can run fine and well till they hit resistance, and they may stop like a brick wall. You need to do your own due diligence. If you're a member of our premium alert service, I give you the pink and green lines that you see on the charts. I'm trying my best to help you set them up on whatever platform you're using, and then hopefully you know how to draw trend lines. We got these three stocks from a couple of days ago, still continue to go up. This stock is maintaining itself very well. And then we got these four from 4 days ago. CME 296 up today, 550 from the breakout. Wix 290 up today, 1150 from the breakout. Sometimes you'll see one that could have gapped. This calculation's based on the bull zone price, so the gap, of course, I understand you couldn't have made that profit. So sometimes you'll see this profit here. If there's a big gap involved, obviously you couldn't have made all that profit. I understand that. So there's your recap. You can pause the video. You can look up any of these you want to look at and see what they've been doing. Thanks for watching again. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. See you tomorrow.